Hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Creative Dialects, Creative Spaces in Ras Al Khaimah. My name is Ras Al Ahmed, and I will be your moderator today, inshallah. I am the Digital Media Executive at Sheikh Saud bin Sagar Al Qasimi Foundation for Policy Research, and I'm excited to be hosting this session today. The Creative Dialects series aims to inspire innovation, energize imagination, and develop artistry by providing attendees a chance to meet new people, learn new skills, and unlock their creativity. Before I hand the mic over to the speakers, I have a few housekeeping items to cover about this webinar platform. So if you have a question for our speakers, please ask it through the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen, or by tweeting us at Al Qasimi Found. We'll be answering all the questions at the end of the session. So if we don't get your question during today's webinar, we will be sure to follow up afterward. The session will be conducted in English, but feel free to ask questions in Arabic if you prefer. And one more thing regarding the screen view, you can adjust it through, to see the speakers or the person who is talking by clicking on the gallery view in the top right of your screen. So, okay. So I'd like to kick things off by welcoming our speakers. Today, our speaker is Said Al-Mahrazi from the DP Art Gallery. Hi, Said.
Ahlan. Hi.
And Hakeem Al-Haj from Ilham Gallery.
Hi, hello.
Last one, we have Anwar Shamsi and Reem Al-Mannai from Starlit Cafe. Hi. Unfortunately, Sheikh Fatima bint Mohammed Al-Qasimi couldn't be with us today because of her illness. We wish her a very fast recovery, inshallah, and hope we can do a webinar with her soon. So, Said, the mic is all yours.
Okay. So, what should we start with? Which question should we
Just
start with?
introduce yourself, your name, background, and why are you here? Why are you here today?
Okay. So my name is Said Al-Mahrazi. I'm a student at Khalifa University, electrical engineering, and at the same time, I opened my own business. I can call myself an entrepreneur now. And I opened this business because I can see that there are so many opportunities in the UAE, and at the same time, we need other things to do other than just studying and taking one path. We have to do many things in the same path, so we can have options in our lives. And so when I started this company, I thought about starting a company, and I started thinking, what should I do? I'm an artist myself. I'm a photographer for now about 9 to 10 years, and I said, okay, let's do something about artists, about art. And then I kept going with that until I opened an art company, which will help, inshallah, so many people in the UAE, especially youth, to enhance the meaning of art, the real meaning of art, because it's not much in the Arab region, in the whole Arab region. It's not, it doesn't have that good attention. And we shall, inshallah, compete with other companies until we all have one aim, which is introducing the real meaning of art.
So Hakeem, I heard about Ilham Gallery before. Could you tell me more about the concept or the idea behind your creative space?
The idea behind Ilham Gallery, it's an experimental space where we do more than art, like the visual art, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
We are involved in film production and with music, and we mix all of these types of art. So that's why I think it's can you hear me well? Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so it's kind of experimental. It's not like a classical art gallery where we just with art. Yeah.
So it's all about art.
Yes. Experimentation on art.
Yeah.
To be specific. Yeah.
Anwar, could you tell us more about your concept? like starlit cafe. We usually imagine cafes as like cafes, coffee shop, and that's it. So what is the concept behind your space?
Okay, so basically Starlet is, as we call it, Start Specialty Cafe and Creative Hub. Specialty Cafe because it's a coffee shop. We focus on the quality of the coffee. Creative Hub came, if you went there, you will see like it's divided into 3 sections. We have a stage. The stage goal is to showcase, to do live music, to showcase talent. If someone wants to play the guitar, they can use it. Also, we can host like talks or events. The other section we have is the pop-up shop.
Reem, since you are co-founder with Anwar, what made you to choose this type of businesses, like especially in Ras Al Khaimah?
First of all, there was, especially at that time, 2 years ago, there was a lack of like specialty cafes in addition to a creative center. So there wasn't like many places where people can go somewhere casual and do their art or enjoy their time with their friends or read a book or anything you can do in a specialty cafe. So we thought about like making this, especially that me as a art, I have a passion for art and Anwar has a passion for coffee. So we wanted to combine those two things and put them together in one place, support everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice idea. I like this idea because we can see that kind of spaces here in Ras Al Khaimah. I have a question from one of the attendees asking if the coffee shop is here in based in Ras Al Khaimah. So I guess, yeah, Anwar.
Yes, it's a Ras Al Khaimah.
So yeah, started.
Yeah.
Saeed, what can your space offer the Ras Al Khaimah community?
It's what we offer to everyone in the UAE, which is it's almost, sometimes it's exclusive, sometimes it's something that everyone does, but we can't announce anything with dates, but whenever we have any opportunity, we just announce it on our Instagram and we send it via email. And mostly we will have a platform that will showcase all art kinds in the UAE. We're going to have a special page for each artist. So you get like they will have the chance to apply for a page in our website. That's going to be an advanced website, and then they can like add their products as art pieces. And we don't focus on the art pieces that only get hanged on the wall, like the ones with the frame. No, we want people to actually innovate and get the things that will be as sculptures, as things that we can use in our daily life. You can say that a coaster could be an art piece. Anything that we can put an art touch on it, that will be an art piece. It can be presented in the website. So everyone will have the chance to showcase their art piece and to have a second income other than their primary income. And this will make people like innovate. At the same time, they will get excited to make more, and the other people will get excited to actually start on their art passion to get something out of it. Because so many people, as we know, as we are, when we started the company, we asked so many people, we did so many surveys. So many people have so many art pieces, but they're stored in the house and no one touches them, no one sees them. Because when they start an Instagram account, they just get about 200 followers and it's so hard and they just stop because it's boring. So we will give them the chance to like directly go on the wall and we will actually promote their pages and promote their products and art pieces until we reach to the point where everyone has a page on our website and everyone will showcase their art pieces.
Nice. Hakeem, so related to exhibiting the artworks, why do you think this kind of spaces is important in Ras Al Khaimah, for example, like Ilham Gallery?
Well, when I started the project, there was no any art gallery here. I mean, independent art gallery. So I started as a normal art gallery, with just showcasing the art around, and then by time, we took the experimentation to another level, which is adding more of other types of art. Like even with writers, we work, and it will add in general to any place. I mean, art spaces for any place is useful in many ways. Because people need to express, and they need the art. It's a must. It's not just an important thing. And for Ras Al Khaimah, just to add more layers to the history here. There is a lot of history. There is a lot of culture, and it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But there was no art activities. I mean, in independent level. So starting Ilham Gallery was was a trigger for some other artists to come and explore here. Even artists from out UAE.
Yeah.
So I think it will add just another trigger to culture scene.
So it's like connect the communities through art.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice concept. Anwar, we have a question. Do you feel by combining the cafe with art increases the awareness of the art community, even if the cafe customers are not art lovers?
Yeah, and we actually saw that, like, people come and see the drawings on the art section. So people come and draw, and they keep the drawing. They don't take it with them. I don't know why, but they keep it, and we're planning to showcase it in the shop. But I can see, like, people come and see the art and enjoy it, and see, they don't sit and only drink coffee. You see people like going around the shop, go to the shop and see the art pieces or the tote bag that one of the artists did it, and she has her art on it, and they enjoy it, I think. Yeah.
Also, I think that specialty cafes now are very popular. It's like the trend. So if we add some art concept to it, I think people will appreciate them more, and we will introduce like this idea or this art, the art scene to other people other than just artists and creative individuals.
So how do you think these spaces can develop a creative community in Ras Al Khaimah, like Starlit Cafe?
I think it can build a stronger community for artists.
Yeah.
And also it helps people sharing their own experience with each other, meeting together, and like it can also give more knowledge to people, and like we can have
because it's a casual setting, so you're sitting in the coffee shop and you're sharing your art or experience with other people who have the same passion or the same talents.
Yeah.
It will make the artists more confident to showcase their art, and this is our goal, because we found, or what we discovered until now, we have a lot of talents in Ras Al Khaimah. Even me as part of the youth council, we have a lot of talents in Ras Al Khaimah, but they don't have the space that support them to showcase their talents, and they go to other cities to do their art or anything they're interested in. So I wanted to provide that place for the youth, or RAK youth specifically, to build the community.
So if anyone has like they want to host a workshop or an event in your cafe, is it possible?
Yes, they're more than welcome, actually.
This is the concept.
We don't want professionals only to come here. We want like from us and with us, like this kind of situation.
They don't have to have a degree or something. If they have their passion, they know what they're doing, they can come and give the workshop.
Oh,
Yeah.
Saeed, how can your space offer offer Ras Al Khaimah community? I mean,
Okay.
what can your space offer Ras Al Khaimah community?
At this time, we only can offer. We are working on the platform, as I just said earlier, but we will host so many workshops that's going to be live. That's going to be some of them will be free, some of them will be paid, and the prices will always be low. So we're going to have a workshop in, I think, 2 days, this Wednesday, and it's 100 dirham. But next time it's going to be even less than 50 dirham. So a workshop, and most of them will be essential and with people who are experienced, so experienced with their talents. This is going to be an opportunity because mostly these workshops are expensive outside. They can reach up to 700. So we're going to offer this kind of workshops until we open the platform. And I can see some of the questions. Some people asked about, do we have a physical place?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we said we want to start a business without having a physical place because it's going to be more expensive. So we will help everyone on the online service, and then we will move to a physical place. And another question I was thinking about that is Said Gallery an online platform? Okay, not this one. What were the challenges that I faced? I kind of faced no challenges except one thing. It's so hard to reach artists because they haven't got enough attention for a while, and they lost hope. And if they see anything about art, they just ignore it. So you have to convince them to grab them. And as soon as we did our first gallery, which was the opening, it was in Menard Sadiat in Abu Dhabi. We got so many emails. We got so many people who are interested. They saw something that was serious enough to tell them that we're going to help them, because we actually showcased art pieces and they were for free. We don't take any percentages, and we took a percentage to donate it, and all our aims will be there on their benefit. So the challenges actually were minimized because we are trying to do everything online. And yes, we collaborated with some government companies, but it's only in Abu Dhabi.
So Said already answered the question regarding the challenges. Hakeem, is there like any unexpected challenge like happened regarding setting up your creative space?
Oh yes, big time, yeah. Setting an art gallery, it's as a business, is not easy at all. I mean, people expect that you will just put the art and then you'll sell it. And
yeah.
No, it's very complicated because you have to balance, the creative part. At the same time, it's a business, so you have to sell, you have to pay the rent and the bills and everything. So balancing the artwork to be like good enough at the same time to do commercial artwork and to survive. That's why I don't see here around like really professional artists, because it's hard to keep up, and most of the artwork that is sold around is decoration. It's not an art. It's just a piece of decoration people need it for their homes, and that's it, which is not encouraging for the artist to really do the real art. So many complications, but at the end it's worth it. I think for me, after 2 years, I'm convinced, and I will keep on going. I hope I answered you.
So all of your spaces are regarding arts, but keep in your mind like there are like people like more into other things than art. So why are your spaces important to people beyond artists, like students?
I mean, education, for example, for people here, and even for people from outside. Like for example, my last project was with a British pop star, and he mentioned this was mentioned, in the media and through him, that this project is conducted here in Ras Al Khaimah, and I have many people came from the UK, from the US, from Turkey, just to see this exhibition because of the artist, the musician, and lots of them got to know about Ras Al Khaimah. So I think art can do the marketing for the city. At the same time, it can teach people here about other things that they might not know about.
So Anwar, do you agree with him regarding like educators and students and
Yeah,
artists?
for me, I am more into innovation, technology, rather than art. I love art. I appreciate art in every kind, but I'm more to technology and innovation, entrepreneurship, and like learning new stuff. That's why I started, we're planning to do workshop, not only specific giving art workshops. We can give a talk about technology or IoT or anything trending, yani, from the new technology. We can give workshops about innovation or how to be innovative. And even in art, you can be innovative. So it's like there is many topics we can explore. And we're planning to, because we're trying to like cover every interest or yeah.
True. I think can I speak, Haisha? Can I say something?
Sure.
Yeah, or you have to ask?
No, no, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you are right about Anwar. You are right about the innovation, and especially, for example, for your cafe, it's I think it's a space-themed kind of thing, which is through art and film. Since the 60s and 70s, people were through films and art, they were they were imagining the innovation of the future of the space and how people can at some point live in the space, which is very interesting. And art actually gives the trigger for the scientists, you know, for the creatives. Like for me, for example, I'm an architect, and my entrance to art was architecture. And then again, after I lose interest in architecture, now I'm gonna go back, but through art vision, more open and more
Yeah, you can
more
like,
inspired.
the art is everywhere. You can yani, enjoy art and do what you love.
I want to answer a question that was asked in the Q&A. What kind of support would each of you think is needed to keep this creative space on? I don't know, what did you mean as you? Is it us, you, or the customers, you? But I think for the customers, I think it's better if we balance it between business and the aim. Of course, the aim is to rise the art industry and to do so many things for the community and the people. And at the same time, we have to balance the business so we can keep on. And so I think some people or some businesses, they think about the business side way more, and they make everything expensive, and they make everything hard on the artists to sign up and do these kind of things. So if we balance it, we're gonna give the opportunity to so many people to like go back into art, even if they left it. And this will increase the audience. This will increase the customer base. But if I go and take the other side of the word "you" and I take it on us as entrepreneurs, I think we need the help from the big companies, the governments. They will get the customer base that we have. They will get the audience that we have. At the same time, they can have or they can help and host galleries that's going to be sponsored by them and organized by us. This will actually, like their money will be directed into the right place, and it will help us rise our community and rise our companies into bigger things.
I totally agree with Said, because as a community, we're building the community. We're looking for artists. We're looking for talents, and we have that approach. We can contact them, like from youth to youth. And a lot of organizations need some talent or specific talent, or they want to hold something. They can reach us. We will help them out, and they will help us out. It's gonna be like two sides. I truly believe like building the community is really gonna help even organization to like find the right talent.
Exactly. Reem, what have you learned through setting your creative space? Like in your personal or professional life?
In my personal experience, I have learned to be patient, because it's not easy to build up a creative space. And also I have learned like the way to get to people, like how can you reach them, how can you attract those people to come and like join you or collaborate with you. Also, I can speak of the challenges I faced also. One of the things I learned is that we live like in a conservative area, and people don't want to. They don't want to. It's not easy for them to come and showcase their self or expose their work or in front of most people, and I have that in me also. So one of the things I learned is that it's always better to when you communicate with people, they can help each other out.
Yeah.
So
One of the directly in our space, because we're planning to do live music events, workshops, and we know a lot of talented people from Ras Al Khaimah, but it's difficult for them to come and showcase their talent. It was difficult to encourage them because they're not used to it and it's a new concept.
Yeah.
But inshallah, eventually they will.
Yeah, I guess there are a lot of talented people in Ras Al Khaimah, as you mentioned. They are so shy and they don't have the confidence to share their talent. And I guess your spaces will help them a lot to be more creative and to show their talents.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Saeed, can you tell us more about what have you learned through your creative space, setting up your creative space?
Okay, I'm going to say
a
something.
student.
Okay, exactly, as a student. Okay, this will sound kind of weird because some people think education in the university is totally it. It's everything. But to be honest, if you go into the field, it's way more educated. You will get so many knowledge. You're gonna experience the field. It's way easier and it's way better in learning. So I'm not against university for sure. I'm a student in the university. I'm studying engineering, but I went for the business field and I went in the art field.
Yeah.
I've learned, I can say in the 2 years that I've learned in the business field and the art field, I've learned more than what I have learned in the university for about 4 years. I can prove it. And it's enjoyable. It's sometimes harder in the university when you have so many assignments and quizzes and maybe a doctor who doesn't know how to teach, and these kind of things will make the subject or the topic or the content we're not going to accept it as much as if you go into the field. And when you go into the field, you learn by implementing. You don't learn by writing and having quizzes. And I can't tell you how much I have learned. But if we go into these fields, we have to actually go meet so many people. Some people, when they open businesses, they just learn from the internet and they just do.
Yeah.
But I think you have to learn on the internet. You just have to do, and you have to ask the people in the field. I have met so many people, as much as I have met the people with the biggest companies. And I requested a meeting with them. As I sat with them for about an hour. I've learned things I have never thought I will reach in knowing at this short time. So yes, going into a field, especially business, will teach you so much, because it's not going to teach you only on business. It's going to teach you on how people think. It's going to teach you on about the business that you open, the region of the business. For myself, it's art, and yes, I recommend it totally recommend.
So who has been your greatest inspiration?
Okay, this is as I said it before. When I tell people the answer of this question, they just laugh at me, because some of the people, when they get inspired of something, they try to do it, to reach to do anything to reach to the point where actually they balance with them. But for me, I see the farthest thing, the hardest thing, because this will make me try as much as possible to be better as much as possible. So I see Apple, I see Microsoft, even though they're not into art, but they're businesses. There are businesses, and you can just type on Google what are the strategies that Apple take, what are the strategies that Microsoft take, and how did they start from zero, reaching to the 1 trillion company. It's a story that's actually real. So why not some other people can do it? Why not me? So I learn from them. I take their I get inspired by them because they were just like me. Maybe let's say Steve Jobs, he didn't even graduate from the university. I'm gonna graduate. So why is it hard for me?
Yeah.
So this is the biggest inspiration for me. It's the people who started from nothing and they reached to the top.
So Anwar and Areem, Saeed's inspiration is kind of more into business sector. Who is your greatest inspiration?
For me, actually, I see inspiration in every person I meet, especially the one who is passionate about what they do. When I see someone passionate about what they're doing, I feel like I want to find my passion and do it. See, like, and I get inspired by, mostly people. Everyone you meet, you can find that inspiration in them. Reem.
Even conversation with normal people can spike that inspiration, or a video you saw on Instagram. So it's not, for me, it's not specific to one person. I don't like limit myself to be inspired by one person. I can find inspiration from anywhere.
And Hakim, what's about you?
I think I agree with Reem and Anwar. Inspiration is everywhere. You just need to look around and listen and look deeply, and it's there. People, good music,
Exactly.
good film. Anything can be.
So I have a question for all of the speakers. Looking forward to the next 10 years, how will you keep up to date? And how will you communicate with the future art lovers within the UAE and beyond? Like, think more to like the next 10 years.
Yeah. See, the F&B industry, it's always like that. It's always changing, even if for art or art, it's all changing, and it's always, you have to adapt with it. You have to keep up with the trend. And now with social media and the internet, like something gets trendy for only for 2 days, and then you're out of it. خلاص, if you didn't follow the trend, خلاص.
Exactly.
So I think, yeah, it's always changing, even for the cafe or F&B, and also for the art. There is always a new art, I don't know.
Art forms and like new art events coming like every 2 months, or new ideas are showing. The art scene is always changing. Something is popular today might not be popular like tomorrow, or something is not popular today, it can be very popular in the next few months. So we have to keep up with that, the first thing. And we also have like to stick to our aim, to our goal in achieving.
Following Anwar and Reem, keeping up with the audience, keeping up with the industry. It's about taking a survey. It's about learning how the customers are acting. Surveys, feedbacks, these things give us the knowledge of what will be the next step. Are they getting bored? Will they leave this product? Will they try something new? And we have to think about what's happening at this moment and try to add something on it. We don't have to exactly copy someone else, and we don't have to just do what we have been doing in the past months, not just years. In the past months, we have to do something new. So, like, if we accomplish doing something in the past, let's say 6 months, we have to take it, put it into a meeting and think, how can we add something to it? How can we develop it? And this way, it's not gonna be, ever gonna be stop. It's gonna be developing, and people might take our trend. We might be the trend innovators, inventors.
Yeah, exactly. And with this situation, as you see, like COVID-19 makes, like, it came suddenly, and all of the industry have changed. Now people doing their workshop, as Said said, on live Instagram, or they're doing it online on Zoom, as we are doing this. We will start to do it like in real life. So yeah, you have to keep up with the.
Okay, Hakim, Hakim, your mic is mute. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's muted. If you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, what would it be?
To be patient is not an easy. Like if you need fast money and you just want to do business, and then you should try something else. Art is very different, specifically
Yeah.
from art point of view, you have to be patient, and it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Okay. So be patient. Good advice. Said, as a student, what would be your advice to someone just started up?
I think you have to start as soon as possible. They have to start thinking, and they can't be afraid, because so many people are afraid to fail. So many people are afraid to start something and they don't do it as it's supposed to be done. It's okay. Just don't rush on taking decisions. Don't just start a business with a 1 million dirham and you just start it. No, just start by like paying a bit bills. Start by prototyping. Start by testing, asking people. You can start by asking the business owners, the entrepreneurs, about their businesses if it's related to your idea.
So I didn't get the advice from Reem.
As I said, mine would be to not wait for the right time. If you have something in mind, or like you think it's good, and even if it's not like something you see around you, especially if it's not something you see around you, normally this idea is the one that like mostly succeeds.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just go for it.
So we are almost like 15 minutes left to our webinar. We will go through a couple of questions from the attendees. We're gonna choose like random questions. So regarding of COVID-19, how you will work and represent your work? Like how do you work, right? Regarding, for example, Anwar and Nareem, to start cafe. How does COVID-19 affecting your business or your creative space?
See, for us, it's very difficult because now we close the shop like temporary, because we don't want people to hang. Our concept is a place to sit and enjoy your time and doing the workshop. But we're planning to provide live workshops or about multiple topics on our Instagram page. And inshallah, yani, it's really hard for us, especially we just opened, like, yeah. It was a difficult decision, but inshallah, after COVID-19 issue, we will reopen.
Inshallah. I have a question. What kind of support would each of you think is needed to keep this creative space on?
I think collaboration with the government entities, because this type of business is actually bringing kind of attention to Ras Al Khaimah, and it's kind of marketing for the city and for the tourism and for the history of this place. So supporting with like working with the galleries directly in projects, at least not actually to buy things or do direct support, no, to collaborate in terms of financing some projects, because some projects are very interesting, but it's not going to bring income for the gallery or the creative space. But it would be nice if there is kind of financing for these type of projects, like for example, like mixing couple of types of things that cannot be sold, like it's the kind of art concepts cannot be sold, but at the same time it could be good for the art space and for the city. So having finance and support for such projects will be very good in many ways.
Like working with organization, even like what we had in mind is we have the space, and a lot of organizations do workshops or have a meeting. Yani we're happy to host them or to host their workshop. maybe they will meet with like youth and see their talents and maybe like take them. Yeah, that's what we had in mind. Yeah.
Agree, yes.
Hey, what about you?
Okay. What I think is they can help. How can I say it? Okay, if they can make a festival, they can just invite or let all the art companies, especially the small ones that are starting to be successful, they can let them be a part of this festival. It's way better, let's say, in Abu Dhabi. I'm not as a government. I'm not gonna market a big marketing for the Louvre because it's already marketed. It's already well known. But I will mark so many companies, startup companies. It will give so many opportunities to so many people in the United Arab Emirates, so they can do so many big things as much as it will reach to being a bit smaller, a bit just like tiny bit of a Louvre.
Yeah.
So giving opportunities from the government so that these companies will shine, these companies will reach a bigger audience, will give actually at the end the opportunity that the government will gain from these companies. Because if we just try so hard, at the end we have a limited supply, we have a limited budget, we are limited in so many ways. If we get the support from other companies, we're gonna rise and we're gonna help them in so many ways. I can tell you one of the things that one of the government companies was trying to get my database, our database of artists. I can say we are not even triple what they have as a database. We have now a big database of artists. It's there because we have in our main page and our website, we have a subscriber input. You can just type which kind of art that you're interested in, your name, email, and phone number. And now we have a big database that we can send to governments, that they can actually send one email and get so many people, as we did from one of the workshops that we did. And it was not announced like weeks before. It was announced 6 days, I think. And we got about 170 to 190 attendees, which was an accomplishment because it was our first webinar.
Great. Hakeem, we have a question for you. Your place, do you also provide a space for workshops or just exhibiting artworks?
Yes, for workshops. Can you hear me well? Yeah, we provide space for workshop, especially in the. It's closed now. We are shifting to a new place. It's gonna be a bigger space. So yeah, we will have place for workshops. It will all be announced soon.
Okay.
They're asking about our websites and Instagram accounts.
Yeah,
I think
we will share all the website and Instagram accounts by email, inshallah, for all the attendees. Plus with the YouTube and with the recorded session. So yeah, I guess we are almost out of time. So thank you everyone for attending today's webinar, Creative Spaces in Ras Al Khaimah. We learned more about the importance of the creative spaces and how can we help to develop the creative community in Ras Al Khaimah. If we missed any of the questions, we will follow up, inshallah, with you soon. And we will post a recording of this webinar on our YouTube and podcast channels in a few days, so stay tuned. And we will share the links with everyone who attended. So when you leave the webinar, you will see a link for a survey on today's session. We would appreciate if you could spend 3 minutes giving us your feedback, as it's our first event, our first webinar. And if you are new to Al Qasimi Foundation events, you will also have the chance to sign up to receive communications on future creative dialogues. So on behalf of Al Qasimi Foundation, thank you for joining us today and have a great day.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure talking to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
الله يحفظك.